Hello, everyone. Hmm. Hold on, let me let me bring up chat. Sorry. Do. I'll make a thumbnail for this stream later. Honestly, I just want to get this stream out because, like, bro. Do. Hold on. Where's my live chat, bro? Okay, here we go. Now I can see y'all. Hi, guys. My chat box is a little delayed. I'm sorry about that. What's good? Not really too good right now. If I'm being completely honest. Usually I say like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing fine." But really, not right now. Not right now. Sorry. I was in a rush to go on stream, so like I swallowed down my anxiety med real quick. And now it's like stuck in my throat. TSPMO. But yeah, we're gonna be going over some things. One serious thing I do want to get out of the way first. It's okay, you're gonna debunk this with facts and logic. Yes. I actually do have some screenshots that Hero did not provide in their original video. They kind of missed out on a lot. Like they said, "Oh, this is supposed to be like an important video." But then they leave out so much information. Like they leave out so much context. I'm just watching over my server right now real quick. My mic is a little muffled. That's usually a thing on my streams. My mic quality, isn't the best on my laptop. I'm just waiting for more people to join chat and then I'll get started. Sorry, I'm dealing with too much right now. Hi, my name is Carmen Winstead. Meow. Okay, I think I should get into it now. I think I've waited a good amount. Okay, so we have a few things to talk about here. First thing I would like to talk about is this video. This wasn't even like posted that long ago. So it's like bleh. Also, y'all wanna know something fucking crazy? Just watch. Just watch. I'm gonna scroll down to the comments. Okay. This was the original comment I posted. Oh, I'll read it out loud for y'all. I said, I like how you just ignore the fact that I didn't want to continue talking about it any further with my friends, and you just take this completely out of context, lol. I plan on streaming about this tonight to clear up some things. Why are you so quick to be malicious towards people you don't like? It's like, man, with the elixir situation, Hero was so fucking malicious. And also, Hero, I don't know if y'all have seen my community posts, but Hero's been like really aggressive towards me when I was trying to question them about the situation. Like they were like, leave me alone, I hate you. Like, calm down, buddy. I'm trying to be calm here. But here's the real fucking kicker. Okay. You see this? Okay? You see this guy, right? My head's a little bit in the way. But this is my fucking abuser and rapist, by the way. This is Clay, my abuser and rapist, in the fucking comments section, spreading misinformation about me, like he always fucking does. Hello to the people that just joined. This is probably gonna be a lot to take in for y'all. Yeah, they did join Hero's server, too. And obviously, I just know they're gonna spread some fucking bullshit and misinformation about me like they always do. He used to, like, guilt trip me and shit about the fucking rape situation. Yeah, I hope he gets banned. Because he's a fucking weirdo. If you didn't know, he's also on the sex offender registry list. Back when the situation happened, and I reported it to the police, he got put on the sex offender registry list. So obviously, he is not a fucking good guy. And he's allowed a platform. I don't think he exactly has like a big platform. He only has like 7 subscribers, so. But I'm still like really fucking worried that he's trying to like involve himself in the situation that doesn't even fucking involve him. And also, I can tell he's been stalking me recently, cause he friend requested me like a few weeks ago, and then immediately like removed the friend request. Like I saw the notification on my phone, and I was like freaking the fuck out. I'm sorry, my voice is a little shaky. This is just, the audacity to friend request your victim by. I know, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying not to cry right now. This motherfucker gives me so much PTSD. But yeah, if you see this guy, please report him. Thank you. Ooh. Who is beeping outside my house? But, thank you. Dreyfus. It's just that this guy has, like, he practically ruined my life. And now he's over here, fucking involving himself in this situation. that doesn't even involve him, and he's gonna spread misinformation about me and get me, like, fucking harassed and shit. But yeah, it's just fucking sucks, man. He's trying to get involved to get control. Exactly. The thing is, he didn't just, like, physically abuse me, but, like, he sexually, mentally, and emotionally abused me as well. He did, like, every kind of abuse under the sun. And he just, like, ruined my mental state forever. Because back in 2023, I was, like, diagnosed with, like, generalized anxiety disorder. And that's all because of him, by the way. I get anxious during school. And, like, I have, like, really bad separation anxiety. I'm sorry, this is embarrassing. I don't mean to, like, get so emotional on stream. I really hope not, Glitter. I really hope not. Because this guy is a lot more malicious than Hero. Also, the thing is, he used to, like, you know, guilt trip me a lot into thinking that the rape and abuse that happened was all a false memory, when I literally remember the whole entire thing. Oh, my PNG tuber is bugging. One sec. Okay, it's back now. But yeah, not only did he do all that, but he used to, like, guilt trip me, manipulate me, suicide bait me even, too. When things didn't go his way, he would suicide bait me. He would use it as, like, a guilt tripping / manipulation tactic to get what he wanted out of me. Well, beware, like, you didn't cause pain, like you didn't cause pain towards you. That's disgusting. For real. Like, dog, you cannot be fucking talking. But as I was saying, like, he used to manipulate me, guilt trip me, control me a lot in my daily life. I just wish I never met him because, you know, I wouldn't have all these mental problems if I didn't meet him. I was only 13 at the time, so I was way too immature to notice the signs of what he was doing to me. It's just so fucked up. He, if you want to know, he, like, raped me outside our middle school. This was, in the morning, by the way. Like, we used to, wait outside the school until the doors opened, and we would, like, hang out for a bit. And, like, all of a sudden, he, like, pushed me up against this pillar, and, he tried, like, you know, taking advantage of me, and I was constantly telling him to stop. I was trying to get away from him, too, but he was, like, too strong for me. And it also wasn't until, like, almost a year later until I realized what happened. And then, you know, I took it to police. And they put him on the sex offender registry list. Okay, maybe don't get into detail on stream. There could be minors watching. I mean, I do have, like, content warnings on my channel bio, so. Also, I should be allowed to talk about what happened to me. Because I feel it's very important to know what this fucking guy did. I'm sorry if you don't want to know. It's just that I just want y'all to know how fucked up this guy is. Yeah, I get that. It's just that, you know, y'all need to be aware of what this guy is. What this guy has done, what this guy has done to me. Y'all should all be aware. But yeah. I feel better getting that off my chest now. I do plan on making, like, a video going over the situation, too. Well, I plan on making, like, a video about the Hero and Exilyr stuff. But I also plan on making, my own little video about Clay and what he did to me. So, stay tuned for that. Yay! Anyways, what is this? I love how everyone's just telling him to get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. That's so fucking funny. Yeah, I did make a video about him on my, old channel. But I would really like to, make a whole new video about it, to be honest. I really want people to know about this guy and what he did to me. Excuse me. But yeah, this is hilarious. Yeah, when I first saw this, I said, "Hello, my rapist." And Cheesy Cake, I see you. Seems like you also have that habit too. How you're a rapist dog. Not only that, but you're joining Hero's server knowing damn well how dangerous you are. The fuck? Get the fuck out of here. I love this. I love this. Yes, that's you. Actually, I would like to read this whole comment out. So Clay says, "Now I have no knowledge on the drama or beef that's going on between Hero and Chaotix, but from my experience and my many years of knowing Chaotix, they have had very inappropriate interactions with younger people. Chaotix in their previous server would post not safe for work art in a server full of underage users and have very detailed sexual conversations with them, which is misinformation. I saw Hero's community post after the video came out. Oh yeah, I've been looking at their community posts. It's just a bunch of bullshit, honestly. And I will go over that. Don't worry. But yeah, Clay is like, God. They didn't care about what? I think one of my comments might have gotten deleted. Better hope not. Okay, so before I go into this video, actually, I'll have the chat decide. Should I go over this video first, or should I show, like, the proof, that they left out first? Should I, like, react to this video first, or show, like, the, whole conversation, first? Alien Chaos. I say video first for the accurate timeline. Yeah, alright. I think that makes better sense, too. I just wanted to see what y'all wanted me to do, honestly. They didn't care that they were called out. Of course. Of course. I bet Hero has no proof. They did show a few screenshots from the conversation, but they were so taken out of context. It was like, they didn't even show the full conversation, which I will do after reacting to this video. I have a little drive up here of the whole conversation and like, you know, the full context of what happened. So yeah. I need to stop wasting time. Yeah, let's get into the video actually. Let's get into this. Shall we?
Hello everyone. I have no way to...
I need to turn my volume down. Hold on. My bad, gang. Oops. Okay, I think we're settled now.
Put this easily. I just received some very alarming news. I'm not too sure what...
Also, the title is so fucking funny. Beware of chaotics. Read disc. Like, oh my god, dude. Okay, Windows notifications. That's just me adjusting my my volume. So that's not proof, that's I think you mean to say plagiarism. I think I got that part right. I wouldn't call it plagiarism. I'm not sure the exact word for it though. Also, that's not only petty, it's disappointing to see someone who talks about drama, Hero, had cherry-picked screenshots. Yeah, they did cherry-pick screenshots in this video, just to make me look bad. But don't worry, we will go over all the screenshots that I have of the full context. Because Hero didn't put everything in here. They just cherry-picked shit. Alright, continue.
To think about this, but I do want to bring awareness to it immediately.
I do think the screenshots are incriminating, but not enough to call you a bad person. Just irresponsible and young. You gotta learn, I think. Yeah, exactly. I genuinely don't think this video should have been made. Like, they could have easily DM'd me or something. Also, it's so weird because, like, they leave out my apology in this video. They want to make me look like the bad guy so badly. But yeah. Anyways.
Immediately, because this is...
Actually, I should turn on captions. Whoa. One of my budgies made like a really loud chirp sound. Anyways.
Bad in my opinion. I have seen some screenshots of the YouTuber Chaotix talking sexually around minors, and even after being told by said minors that they were uncomfortable, Chaos was defending it and just making excuses and not stopping, and it's very concerning and alarming, and I am very worried.
I'm sorry if y'all hear my birds in the background. They're deciding to chirp at this time, and I don't know why. Anyways.
About all these people. I will be blurring out all the minors' names and anyone else's names that don't want to be involved, except for one person, Micah. He is 14 and he is okay with being here, like, unblurred. But, yeah, here are the screenshots. I will put them right here.
Let's go full screen on this bitch. Okay, so I can't hear the birds. Okay. So this is like me and my friends like private group chat that we just talk in. And I say I was like replying to my boyfriend, fiance. I said, "What I do?" Gulp. Zipper mouth emoji. And then I say, "Me when I do normal adult stuff, it's super evil and bad / silly / not serious." Did they crop a bit out? Honestly, technically they did, because they aren't showing the full context of what happened. They're just like cherry picking random screenshots to put in the fucking video, and they aren't like showing the full conversation. So it's like really weird.
Leave them up as
Well, are we dead ass? I say, I'm confused. What's the problem? Reason why I said this is because I'm not very good with social cues. But I know that's not an excuse though. Just an explanation, if you will. I can't even see what's under here, bro.
long so that you can read them. Pause to read if it.
Sad face. I mean, it's not literal porn, I say. It's still referencing to not safe for work topics. Can we drop it, please? I'm not comfortable with not safe for work topics. But Mel, ask me in DMs next time, Ra. Yeah, my fiance, Malva, he was like mentioning like, God, it's hard to explain this without like showing the full context. Sigh. But I'm gonna try to get through this as best as I can, because like, bro, this is not the full context. You're leaving out important information. Friendly fire's here. But yeah, they aren't showing the full fucking context, and they're cherry picking screenshots to put in the fucking video. And they just going after everyone at this point. Exactly, they really are. Honestly, I'm not gonna take them too seriously, because like this is kind of like petty. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they're cherry picking screenshots and not showing the full fucking conversation. It drives me up the wall. It drives me so up the fucking wall. But yeah,
It's too fast. I do apologize. All of these people.
I mean, I see myself. Oh God, why are they cropping it like this? Why are they cropping it like this? I can't even like, dude. This is going to be so frustrating for the rest of the fucking video. I'm sorry. I do think that Hero was fair to bring this up. However, providing full context would be nice. I'm not sure if they received the screenshots with context though. I wouldn't take this too harshly. Yeah, but it's It's like, why are you making a video about this when you don't even like have proper screenshots? Like, these are cropped so poorly and they're cherry picked. They accused me of not paying their commission, and when I proved that they did, they said I paid unfairly. Like, maybe set a better price as your commission sheet. What? The hell? Why are they beefing with everyone, dude? Old man yells at cloud type shit. The video is cropped screenshots and she just adds words and words to it to make it longer, like it's an ELA homework. Exactly. Bro's trying to write a fucking essay about some petty bullshit. Yeah, no, maybe don't talk about not safe for work around minors, but if you're gonna call someone out, give the full stuff. Yeah, I agree, Starry. I mean, it wasn't like full on not safe for work, it was just like, I would say it was like suggestive. Just suggestive. Not even like full on not safe for work, so it's like, it's just like, why? Anyways, I'm gonna try to read this as best as I can, even though I'm like really frustrated about how they crop the screenshots. I said, I mean, I see myself as a mature adult now. I'm capable of running a safe and strict and not safe work server. You are also freshly 18. Mom, look, I'm grown up now. / silly. Yeah, I'm 18. Sorry. Mom, look, I'm grown up now. Then I say, yes, but I'm legally an adult and can legally consent now. I get the worry, but I promise I'm fine. Legally, I can make a not safe for work server if I want. Plus, you're 17, so you shouldn't be too worried about me. What I mean by you shouldn't be too worried about me is that, like, you know, you shouldn't be concerned about whether I'm making, like, a not safe for work server or not. Because, like, you're a minor. You shouldn't be concerned about it. Like, you're not even gonna be in it anyways. It's gonna be 18 plus only, so it's like, bro. Hello, Firewing. I think both are in the wrong in the situation, lol. Chaotix did act immaturely, but Hero is doing this out of pettiness. Yeah, about me acting immaturely, what I will show later, what Hero did not put in the video, which was very important to mention, is that I actually apologized in the group chat about this very situation, so. This is the shit I talked about with my bestie who turned 18 like 8 months after me, LMAO. Oh my god. Bye, Friendly Fire. It was nice seeing you. Also, I do agree Hero is very fucking stupid. They're so petty. BRB, I'll continue this when I'm out of class. Less silly. Like you aren't gonna... Hold on. I can't even read this. Like you aren't gonna be joining the server anyways. Legally I'm allowed to and it's my choice, but don't worry. You see how poorly this is screenshotted? Like, you can clearly see there's another message right under here, but it's blocked out. This is terrible screenshotting. I don't know who the fuck did this, but it's really bad.
Well, most of them. I think one or two of them is like...
You shouldn't be talking about it around minors, especially someone who's 14 and other minors. Gulp. Yeah, but Kyle literally asked me about it. Actually, I should just not respond to the questions about the server. I was gonna stop talking about it, but y'all keep bringing it up. I get that. I also get you're freshly 18. Not trying to attack you. Like, if you want me to stop talking about it, then stop asking me questions or bringing it up, bruh. I do think it was like, I did have a conversation with one of my members about this. We both mutually agreed that, it looked like I was blaming my friend, for, like, you know, bringing up the situation. I still feel like it was, you know, weird for them to still bring it up, but again, I shouldn't have, like, you know, replied to it. As I said here, you know, actually I should just not respond to the questions about the server. So, yeah.
Older, I know one of them is at least, but the rest are minors and are also in Chaos's main server.
By the way, I don't talk about this stuff in my main server. I only talked about it in the GC. And also, mind you, there's like 7 people in the GC. 4 of them being adults, including me. So it's like
this is a private, small group chat with these minors and Chaos in it. I don't think Chaos is like a predator or pedophile or anything like that. I just think that they're very dangerous and should not be around kids.
Dog. Dog, how are you gonna say, oh, I don't think Chaos is a pedo or a predator, but they're very dangerous and should not be around kids? Like, that's you kind of implying that I'm a predator. I'm sorry to break it to you. I must leave chat. Goodbye. Sorry you're having to deal with this, homie. I hope it all dies down. God bless. Thank you, Starry. But yeah, this is ridiculous. But yeah, like, how are you gonna say, like, oh, Chaos is not a pedo, predator, whatever the fuck, but they're dangerous and should not be around kids? Like, that's you clearly insinuating that you think I'm a predator. Even though I'm not. Like, the fuck? I was just a little bit irresponsible, that's all. And also, I literally just turned 18. Like, calm the fuck down. The way this could have been resolved in DMs so easily. Exactly. They could have just DM'd me. Also, I'm still so hung up on the fact that they didn't even include my apology that I sent in the GC about it. Like, come on. You're missing important information. Like, obviously you're trying to make me look like the bad guy. 'Cause you don't like me. Like, you clearly have a grudge against me by the way you have talked to me recently. They made some community posts on you. I don't know if you looked through them yet. Yeah, I've looked through them. I'll look at them after this video, actually. And then I'll get into the full context screenshots that I have. So yeah. But yeah, I don't like that they're trying to like insinuate that I'm like a fucking predator. And Hero, don't say shit like, oh, like, don't say shit like, oh, I said you aren't a predator. I don't think you're a predator. But clearly, you're insinuating that I'm, like, acting predatory, which dude, I am freshly 18. Calm the fuck down. I turned 18 a few fucking days ago. Obviously, I'm still gonna, like, be immature. I'm not gonna be, like, a full-grown adult overnight. I'm still gonna make, like, poor decisions and poor actions. But even though I will make poor decisions and poor actions, I will always apologize for them. If you apologize, then what's the issue, SMH? Hero, bruh, you're fumbling. Exactly. Like, this should have been left alone. But nah, Hero wants to always make me look like I'm the bad guy. I know this video is definitely made out of malice, because, Hero's been aggressive towards me in the comments section of their community posts and shit. And they don't like the fact that I'm siding with Elixir. So, yeah, I can tell this is made out of malice. Clearly. Bugsy / Hero's wording is like saying you cannot drown in water but will suffocate in it. Exactly. Hero been fumbling lately, for real. They just need to get off the internet, honestly. Like, they cannot handle having this platform. They should not have a platform like this. The situation is resolved. You apologize. There's no need for a video. I feel like Hero is trying to draw attention away from himself / discredit your experience with him. Exactly. Good night. But yeah. This is clearly made out of malice.
If you are a minor, please.
Why did the VTuber suddenly change like that? It was so funny. They went from happy to mysterious. Oh no.
Please stay away from Chaos's spaces. I know Chaos's server is like family friendly, but they themselves have shown some very concerning behavior around minors, and I do not think that it's safe for anyone.
Bro, I don't even talk about not safe for work in my server. It was only the GC. Calm down.
Under the age of 18 to be around this person, and if you're friends with Chaos and you are under that age limit, please reconsider your friendship. Please reconsider talking.
I'm not dangerous, dude. At first I lulled, then I serious. At first I lulled, then I serious. But yeah, dude, don't believe this guy, please. I am not dangerous. I swear, I'm not dangerous. I don't even talk about not safe for work in my own server. It was just in the GC I felt comfortable talking about it because there was like some adults in that GC that I would talk to. But obviously it was kind of immature of me and irresponsible to do that, considering there was like a few minors in the server, in the GC as well. So Chaos hits me daily because I'm a minor. Trust. Minors DNI. I hate minors. I'm kidding. But yeah. Don't listen to this guy. They're just malicious. They're trying to make me seem like I'm this evil, predatory monster that will, like, you know, grab you by your legs while you're sleeping and, like, cannibalize you. Like, no. Like, calm down, Hero. Calm the fuck down. Stop targeting me all the damn time. You clearly have a grudge against me. You clearly do not like me. You're aggressive towards me. Minors, always check under your bed at night or chaos might get you. I hate minors. I'll rip them to tiny shreds. I'm kidding. Anyways. But yeah, like, someone did tell me that, Hero is, like, making, like, a big exaggeration, which I do agree with. Like, calm down, Hero. I am not dangerous. It's okay. I apologized for what I did in the GC. I apologized to my friends, and they accepted my apology, so it's okay now. I'm not some evil monster that will rip you to shreds.
Please just be safe, honestly. That's all I'm asking.
Be safe. 'Cause chaos is always watching, apparently. Oh no. He watches you while you're sleeping. And he'll give you nightmares. Like, calm down, Hero. Calm down, dude. It is not that fucking deep. You're just petty, okay?
This is very concerning, and I'm not sure what to do about it other than bring awareness. So, yeah, please.
The reason why you can't do anything about it is because I already apologized. That's why you can't do anything about it. I already apologized and I took accountability. So it's like, dude, I already acknowledged my fault and I apologized to my friends in the GC. So yeah. I don't know why you're making this video when I already apologized. Obviously you want to make me seem like a weirdo, even though I'm really not. I was just being irresponsible. I just made a mistake, and I literally just turned 18. I'm still growing, so calm down. You're making this seem like a bigger problem than it really is not that fucking deep. Come on. Hero, don't worry. Chaos won't drag you by your feet and cannibalize you. Calm down, boy. I'm not sure what to do about it. Fucking get the full context and attempt to resolve it privately first? Exactly. Like, what do you mean you don't know what to do about it? You could have DM'd me and not make this stupid fucking video that literally prompted my rapist to, comment on it. Like, come on. Anyways.
Please just block, report, do anything you can. This is very inappropriate, and I don't think that this should be happening.
Do anything you can. 'cause chaos will grab you by your legs while you're sleeping and eat you. Oh no. He's gonna suck your blood like a vampire. 'Cause, get it? My OC is a vampire bat demon, as you can see from this lovely art. Thank you for promoting my art, Hero. Yeah, Micah told me that they gave the screenshots to Hero. Hello. Why did they drop this the moment you turned 18? Exactly! Bro. Bro, Hero literally thinks you're the boogeyman from the ICP song. Oh my god, I love that. I know what song you're talking about. I love that song. Is this vid Hero's delayed birthday gift to you? I guess so. I guess so. Well, I mean, that's a pretty major oversight when you're low-key insinuating someone is a danger to children. Yeah, like, dude, I am not a danger to children. Calm down. Oh my god. You're, like, blowing this shit out of the water so much. Like, holy shit. Hi, Malva. But yeah, they're exaggerating this situation so much. Like, calm the fuck down. I know I keep saying calm the fuck down to Hero, but I don't know if they're actually gonna listen to me. Because when I told them to calm down, like, a few weeks ago, when they were being aggressive towards me in the fucking comment section, they didn't. So I don't know if they'll listen to me this time around. But yeah, don't worry, guys. I'm not a danger to children. Hero is just blowing this out of the water for no reason and being petty.
Happening at all, and the best thing I can do is talk about it and handle it maturely as I can. So,
making a video about this, like, almost like a few hours after it happened isn't handling it maturely. I'm sorry to break it to you. You're not handling this maturely. The way you could have handled this maturely is if you DM'd me about it and we could have had a private conversation about it. And I could have provided the full context screenshots and explained myself. But no, you have to paint me as this, like, dangerous guy towards children or whatever the fuck bullshit you want to claim. And, like, you barely show any context when I could have easily done that for you. You could have simply DM'd me. It would not have been that hard. You could have easily talked to me and we could have communicated. But no, you want to be malicious and make a video on me, like you're trying to do with Elixir. So no way they said they're handling it maturely, dude. You didn't even remember to show what started the situation. Oh my god. Yeah, they didn't even show the start of the situation. It's so frustrating. But yeah.
So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be safe. Please do not interact with this person. Don't send hate, obviously. Just don't.
Don't send hate? Dude, by you making this video, people are obviously gonna send me, like, harassment and shit. I've been trying to, like, for the past, like, hour, I've been trying to, like, you know, mentally prepare myself for the fucking death threats in my straw page gimmicks. 'Cause people will do that if you make a video like this, Hero. People will harass me for the fucking misinformation you've been spreading. So, yeah. No one should be trusting you. You are a very unreliable source.
Interact. It's not.
And I wish I knew that sooner before I became friends with you. Yeah, guys, don't send hate. Only Hero is allowed to hate on Chaos.
It's not a good idea, and clearly that they do not know how to conduct themselves appropriately around minors, and that is not good as an adult.
Oh no, you're leaving out the fact that I apologized for it. Can you show that, Hero? Can you show that, please, Hero? I would like to see the screenshots of me apologizing in the GC in your video. I think that would have been very helpful. But when you don't include that, you're just automatically painting me as the fucking villain. And you're making me seem like a weirdo when I'm not. Like, bro. I hate when they do this.
So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, my DMs are open, my server is open. Just please be respectful to.
My server is open, my DMs are open. Why didn't you DM me? Why didn't you DM me about the situation? I want to see if anyone else, like, said anything to Clay. Where's Clay's comment? Oh, it was deleted. Oh, it got deleted. That's awesome. That's so funny. Bro. Fucking loser. I didn't realize my PNG tuber was acting up again. Hold on. What microphone am I using? I'm just using the one that's built into my PC. I'm sorry it's not that great. Rare Hero W? Anyways, let's look at their community posts about me. 'Cause I would like to discuss those. Did you see Mari's comment? Yeah. Oh yeah, I really want to talk about this. Some random just DM'd me these, what the heck. Okay, so I would like to explain these in the proper way, 'cause Hero's just posting these without, like, proper context. So, what it says here, this is from 2023, by the way. This was when I was 16 years old. I said, sorry for another ping. I've actually made a Not Safe for Work server separate from this one, which was highly suggested by the server members. If you'd like the link, just DM me the word Not Safe for Work. So, I sent this when I was 16. Firewing, I was 16, not 15. A few of my old members might remember this vaguely. So to explain this, the full context, I made this, like, private server with my friends. It was, like, a little tiny Not Safe for Work server. Nothing, I just want y'all to be aware, nothing malicious or, bad happened in this server. But at the time, I was a minor, and I didn't, acknowledge that it was weird to have a Not Safe for Work server as a minor. So it was, like, I didn't even, know it was, a really bad thing to have a Not Safe for Work server as a minor. But this server only lasted for, a few months until I deleted it, because after a few months I kind of realized that, this is kind of weird on my part. So I just deleted it. But that was 2 years ago now. I don't know why this is being brought up. I don't know why my past is being brought up for no reason. Wait, but the screenshot says 8/23, aka the 23rd of August. Oh wait, I didn't even, hold on. I gotta do the math in my head real quick, hold on. Let me just do the math real quick. So, oh, you are right, Firewing. I was actually 15 years old, my bad. But yeah. You are right, Firewing, I was 15 years old. Which means I was, more immature, Yeah, it being brought up is odd, sobs, yeah. This, dude, I don't know why this is being brought up. I get it relates to the situation in a way, but, this was when I was 15, bro. That was such a long time ago now. If you want to know how long ago that was, I barely remember, practically anything from when I was 15. Except for, making animation memes and shit. But yeah, that's a little explanation. That's a little bit of context for that. I know they're definitely posting this to be malicious. Once again. But let's go on to the next one. Animation memes. There's a lot of posts. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go over all of them. Don't worry. Bro, my PNG tuber. His mouth ain't moving. He can't speak. Okay. We're all good now. Whoa, why was he lagging? Okay, never mind. Okay, so next post, Hero says, "Oh my god, guys, I freaking forgot a screenshot. I'm so dumb. Here's WOG. Chaos said that was sexual, talking about an 18 plus server he's doing, so sorry guys. Anyways, Chaos, since you see yourself as a mature adult, don't use the fact that you turned into one recently as a defense." I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but okay. God, how hard is it for people to not turn into sexual degens when they turn 18? Holy. Calm down, bro. I'm not a sexual degen. If you're gonna do this, at least keep minors out of it. You apologize, yet still try to defend yourself. It's weird. I'm sorry, but there's no excuse to this. Also, I did not defend myself when I apologized, so calm down. I will show proof of that, by the way, as well. I'm sorry, but there's no excuse to this. Well, yeah, obviously. That's why I apologized. He's simply irresponsible, and when it comes to having kids... Having kids? What do you mean, having kids? Want me to give birth? What do you mean? What? What? This is so poorly worded. It's funny. When it comes to having kids... I'm sorry, I can't take this seriously. Especially 14 to 16, you need to be responsible and careful with it. And clearly Chaos is not. My 14-year-old friend was made uncomfortable because Chaos couldn't keep the not safe word to himself, and that's not okay. Again, Chaos is not a pred. Please don't say that, and I am not implying that. We literally just watched your video. You are implying that by saying, "Oh, Chaos is dangerous to kids." That's clearly you insinuating that I'm a pred. I don't care what you say. You're clearly insinuating that. So, don't be saying that you're not calling me a pred, because you're clearly insinuating that. Again, Chaos is not a pred. Please don't say that. And I'm not implying that. This is false. You are implying that. So do not put words in my mouth. But you are implying that I'm a predator. I'm sorry. I'm gonna break the news to you. Newsflash. When you say someone is dangerous towards kids, you're obviously insinuating that they're a predator. I know you're too immature to know that, Hero, but yeah. When you say that, you're clearly, insinuating that the person is a predator. I'm sorry to break it to you, buddy. But yeah, just please be careful when interacting, because this is so weird. I'm worried about my friend and the others. By the way, Micah is doing okay. They literally accepted my apology, which I will show later. Also, this was the icon I was working on that I sent in the GC. It's not even, sexual. It doesn't even have like any not safe for work. It's just a little bit suggestive. That's all. Still doesn't make it right, but like it's not full on not safe for work. My PNG we're tweaking again. But yeah, it's not full on not safe for work. I don't know why they're acting like it's full on porn, bro. This is not porn. You're being a bit dramatic. I'm sorry. You're being dramatic. It's literally just Ayari and Asmodeus like hovering next to each other. And there's like a little tiny heart above them. Like I'm sorry, this is not safe for work in any way. It's just a little bit suggestive. Which again doesn't make it right, of course. I'm not saying that. But you're clearly over exaggerating this art piece. Oh, I guess that's the rest of the post. Wasn't as much as I expected. I swear there was another one, but I can't remember. I might be losing my mind, I don't know. Okay. So, this is the full context that I have in this little Google Drive. I censored everyone's names for their safety in these screenshots. Even my fiance's name is censored. So, let's get into this. I'm pretty sure this is in order. Let me just check. Oh. That is not in order. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, I think I have it now. So this is the original message that I sent. I said, the icon for my Not Safe for Work server is so funny. Hint, hint, the Playboy magazine gag. Because, I don't know if you know, I put, on the magazine, I put Play Kumu instead of Playboy. And I just thought it was funny. Like, I wasn't trying to be, like, weird. I just thought it was, like, funny. Even though it was, like, inappropriate looking back at it now. But it wasn't full on not safe for work. Hero's being a little bit dramatic about this one in specific. But yeah, I said, Chaos, get out! I used to hate this GC now. I low-key love it. You guys are so peak. I said, shut up, miner/J. Alright, next one. Actually, this is not in order. Are we dead ass? I'm sorry. I don't know why the screenshots are like this. I don't know why it's not in order. I'll just go through each and every one of them to see. Okay, here's the next one. This is one of my adult friends. They're the same age as me. They're 18, just like me, and I was just talking about them. I was talking about the verification system that I was going to put in the server. I said, my friend says, how are you gonna identify stuff? And I said, it'll be through verification like the one I have in my server, but a lot more strict. Oh, okay, smart. You want reliable mods for that. You'll have to send 2 photos, one of your ID and one of your birth certificate, with private info censored out, of course. School IDs won't be accepted, but state/government IDs are required to, show your age. And they said, that's smart. And I said, yeah. Here's the next one. My boyfriend says, my fiance says, chaos, bro, I swear you were cooking yourself. Not literally. I said, what'd I do? Gulp. Me when I do normal adult stuff, it's super evil and bad. /silly/not serious. Are we dead ass? And I say, I'm confused, what's the problem? Because genuinely, I didn't even know, what they were talking about here. There are a few non-adults in here also. I think this is the next one, actually. Still though, please take consideration about it. I did until you said something, and obviously that's going to prompt me to respond. We were just talking about, Dandy's World Yuri. Anyways, I was responding to you. I'm sorry, I'm just looking through all of them. I just want to get the screenshots in order. And then I said, you could have done it in DMs, forward the message to DMs. I wish my fiance, I get that he always wants to correct me in the moment that it happens, but sometimes he needs to take things to DMs. Because, I didn't want to talk about the, No Safe Work server anymore, but, people were still talking about it for some reason, and I was so confused. I was like, guys, stop talking about it! But yeah, I wish he took it to DMs instead of, saying it in the group chat. Some things need to be handled privately. Yes, but if there are other people complaining on, I'm gonna join them. I get that, babe, but I'm sorry, there's just some things we need to take to DMs, okay? If you notice me saying anything weird, just DM me. Straightforward DM me, you know? Because I know you don't want me doing anything bad, and I don't want you doing anything bad either. So, it's just better to take it to a more private space, you know? Anyways, where was I? I can't DM you right now, babe. I'm streaming. I'm sorry. You're catching me in the middle of a stream. I forgot where I was. I'm pretty sure this is the next one. This is one of my adult friends too, by the way, that's saying this. Chaos! But since you just turned 18, I think it's safe if you make a not safe for work account instead of a whole server for, technically porn art distribution, I get you might have some mental form of how you want to regulate the server to make sure it's safely 18 plus, but some info can be faked, like IDs and stuff. Also, since your fan base is kind of like minor / mid-teens, 14 to 17, to young adults like 18 to 20, not trying to attack you. I agree with this. It would be easier to maintain, for example, Twitter having protected accounts than a whole extra server. Okay, bye-bye. And then I say, members will be required to show IDs along with birth certificates. I completely get the worry of people faking IDs, but honestly, I can easily sniff them out. Like, for example, if some kid stole, like, their mom's, like, ID, I can easily, for me, it's obvious to tell when it's stolen or faked. I don't know if that's just me, but, like, I can easily tell when, like, an ID is, like, faked or something. So, where's the next one? Don't think that's it. Actually, I can just like scroll through all of them. Okay, here's a continuation of it. Along with this, the whole server is age restricted, but of course I want to make sure people send actual proof of age. I mean, I see myself as a mature adult now. I'm capable of running a safe and strict not safe work server. Because I mean, like, for a long time, for a few years now, I've been running my server for quite a while, and I've been handling it very well. So I'm confident that I can handle a strict not safe work server, But yeah, if someone fakes their ID, then that's their fault. Plus, if a kid swipes their mom's ID, it's gonna be obvious because 43-year-old Barbara from Utah isn't gonna be joining a not safe work server. Exactly. That's why it's so obvious to tell. Like, it's so obvious if the ID is, like, fake or stolen. Already went over that. I think this one's out of order, but I'll go over it anyways. I stopped talking about it until you questioned me here. Grr! But there are minors here too, so yes, that's why I stopped talking about it. I don't know about the others, but I think talking about not safe work stuff here would be a no. I know you're not directly sharing outright not safe for work, but it's still referencing those topics, and we have multiple minors. Okay, I'm dropping this. I really don't want to continue this discussion right now. I'm not in the right mindset. Let's talk about evil Yuri. I don't know. Still though, please take consideration about it. Which I did. Hello, I'm Grandpa Jones, one Kumu not safe for work server, please. Okay, Grandpa Jones. Oops. Already went over that. Oh, this is my apology, guys. This is my apology. Pay close attention, because Hero did not include this. I said, also, by the way, sorry for the not safe for work server mentions earlier. I forgot that I'm an adult now. I'm not used to it. /genuine. It's okay, nod. This was, Micah accepting my apology, by the way. Just for context. This is my 18 plus friend, by the way. Once again, you shouldn't be talking about it around minors, especially someone who's 14 and other minors. Gulp. Yeah, but Kyle literally asked me about it. Yeah, but Kyle literally asked me about it. Actually, I should just not respond to the questions about the server. I was gonna stop talking about it, but y'all keep bringing it up. I get that. I also get you're freshly 18. Not trying to attack you. Like, if you want me to stop talking about it, then stop asking me questions or bringing it up, bruh. / lighthearted. I'm not trying to, like, put the blame on my friends for, like, mentioning it. Because I know it's my responsibility to not talk about it, but it's like, when they ask questions, they're also kind of like, expecting an answer from me. And whenever I see, like, someone, like, ask a question, I'm always, like, so quick to, like, answer it. Which, I should definitely, like, limit. I should limit how, like, I, respond to questions. Certain questions, actually. So, yeah, that's one of the things that I have acknowledged. It's so hilarious because, like, it's so ridiculous because Hero could have literally DM'd me and I could have explained all of this to them. But no, they wanted to make a video. Stupid. Okay, actually, I think that's all the screenshots. Yep. That's everything. So, now you guys have the full context now. And I hope that cleared up some things. Sorry, that one song that I put in my Labubu video in the background is like, it's giving me like a little brain worm. It's like, it's stuck in my head. I'm not ending the stream, just yet, Firewing. I still have to go over Elixir's video about Hero and Tappin'. The situation is dumb but also entertaining. Hero, you funny boy. It's so ridiculous, like... It's like, Hero could have easily DM'd me about this. You could have communicated. like I always say, communication is key, guys. But before I go on to the next topic, I just want to make it explicitly clear that I am not a danger to children, and I was irresponsible. But you also have to acknowledge that I literally just turned 18, like a few days ago, so obviously I'm not going to be perfect. Not trying to use that as an excuse, but I think it's just something that's important to acknowledge in this situation. Because, obviously I'm not going to be like super duper mature overnight. It's not like when I suddenly, when the clock strikes midnight and I'm 18, I don't just suddenly like gain super adulthood maturity levels. Like, it's very unrealistic. But yeah, at least I, apologized and stuff. But don't believe what Hero is saying. I'm not a danger to children. I'm fine. I was just irresponsible, and I made a mistake that I apologized for. So, don't worry. Everything's okay. I really did not like Clay being in the fucking comment section, though. That was so fucking weird. But yeah, I'm glad to have cleared up some things, though. Makes me feel a lot better. Bruh. I just want to check the comments one more time. Oh yeah, I should look at Mari's comment. Yeah, I get it. Looking forward to Chaos's stream trying to clarify. Hey, at least you're willing to hear me out, It's always good to get both sides of the story. I'm not exactly sure what they mean by misjudgment, but I do know I was irresponsible, and I apologized, so. The situation was already resolved before Hero made this video. Like, they could have just left it alone. They could have just DM'd me or something. And it's really frustrating that they didn't reach out to me and said, like, hey, what's going on? Can you explain this to me? Like, there's been no communication whatsoever. And it's frustrating. But yeah, that video was not necessary in the slightest. Okay, so moving on, we have, oh boy, I think I've watched this video. I've watched this video quite a few times because it's like it really explains a lot about like how malicious and you know, weird Hero and Exilyr. So, and also they accused Exilyr of like suicide baiting when they were genuinely going to attempt. And it's disgusting, it's deplorable. Is that Mushroom Girl on the side? I admit, I watch a little bit of Mushroom Girl. I do enjoy some of their videos. MG jump scare. I'm not sure if they're still a pro shipper. I don't know if their views have changed since that, because I know it's been like a year, I'm pretty sure. I hope they still aren't a pro shipper, honestly. I don't know their current views, but I hope they aren't. I do like some of their points and like stuff they bring up, so it's like I watch them occasionally. But anyways. MG is based sometimes, but they're a pro shipper, yeah. I don't know if they're currently a pro shipper again, but oh, they're still a pro shipper. Aw, damn. That sucks. I was hoping their views would have changed since they turned 18 this year as well. I do hope they still learn, though. I hope they mature and realize that pro shipping is weird. Oh, but yeah. Let's get into the Exilyr stuff.
Hello everyone. I'm going to skip my usual intro since I'm assuming most people watching this already know me, but if you got this video somehow not knowing who I am, then to give a really basic summary, I'm an art commentary channel here on YouTube and I occasionally get involved in and discuss drama. Mainly discussing, as believe it or not, I actually hate getting involved in drama. Plus, most of what I discuss on here is relatively tame art topics, so I don't actually discuss drama that much either. The last call out, so to speak, that I've ever made on somebody is my catastrophe video, so I rarely ever do things like this. Also, this is unscripted, but if you hear background noise or just annoying things in the background, just ignore it. I'm kind of recording at a really bad time right now. Anyways, I did not plan to make a video like this at the start of this situation. However, for the past week or so, I've had to prepare for a video like this in particular, as these people have repeatedly suggested, if not sometimes threatened, that they would be posting a video on this situation. And I initially wanted to wait until they did so that I could post my own side of the situation. But unfortunately, this entire thing has spiraled to the point where I'm not comfortable staying silent anymore.
I actually, speaking of this, I do actually plan on, making my own video about Hero. I still plan on doing that, because they're like, I am gonna be so honest. I'm gonna be brutally honest here, Hero. You are 16, you should know better than not to do this. You're very malicious towards people who, call you out, rightfully call you out, might I add. And you're very antagonizing, you're very aggressive, and like, this is not healthy, dude. You're weird. I don't know why you're doing this. But yeah, in my video, I will address the, video they made about me. Even though I already addressed it here, I want to put it in an actual, video. Like an actual scripted video about it. And I also want to, talk about, Elixir's situation, and I also want to talk about how Hero made fun of and mocked my friend's dissociative identity disorder. Hi, sorry. Hi, caramelized cheesecake. Your name sounds delicious. But anyways.
But before I get into everything, I do need to address some common responses I'll probably get from this video, and I also need to take some accountability for the things that I have actually done wrong. First off, I do need to address that I did not handle this situation right myself. I'm certainly not completely innocent in this situation. I've said hurtful things such as this, which we'll get into the context of later.
Oops, I missed that. Hold on.
I did not handle this situation right myself. I'm certainly not completely innocent in this situation. I've said hurtful things such as this.
This don't even matter either. I literally don't care. Kill yourself! If you think that all trans people are shooters, literally jump. Fucking worthless people online, I swear to God, no one wants you here, and you don't matter. I agree with that, honestly. Even if it was like, worded a bit harshly, I do agree with that. I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, gamers. Good night, Glitter. Hero's 16, obviously, at that age, they're gonna be emotionally driven and such. Just give them time to redeem, I guess. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, you should know better. You should know better not to do this. It's just stupid that they're doing this. That they're doing this to both me and Elixir. They just want to, target anyone they don't like. While I do see that their video on me did have a little merit to it, they left out a lot of important information and context. And also, painted me as, this dangerous person when I'm really not. I was just being, irresponsible, that's all. And I made a mistake, which I apologized for. But obviously, they're not going to put that in their video, because they always want to paint me as the villain. They want to paint anyone they don't like as the villain, which is a common theme with Hero. I do think all minors should still deserve some consequences for, the bad stuff they do, obviously. Especially with stuff like this. I do hope Hero gets consequences and karma for this. Yeah, they've shown themselves to be a very impulsive person, which they really need to work on, as it's gotten them into trouble multiple times before. Exactly. They are just not, they're not, emotionally equipped to have a platform, especially in commentary. 'Cause if you're gonna act like this, and you're gonna, claim people are suicide baiting when they're literally about to kill themselves, and also painting someone as a dangerous person when they were just making a mistake and being irresponsible. I think if you're spreading misinformation and just saying awful stuff about people, you don't deserve to have a platform, and you shouldn't do commentary. I do hope they change. There is room for them to change, but it's just that a lot of people are really mad at them right now, so obviously people aren't going to think about change at the moment, if you get what I mean. But let's continue.
Which we'll get into the context of later. And the posts of me venting my suicidal ideation and intent to my audience weren't just wrong, they were selfish, completely unnecessary, and I'd say even a bit cruel. I shouldn't have posted those things.
Oh, Exilyr, you aren't selfish for posting those things. While yes, it was a bit reckless, you were also, you were in a mental crisis, and I've been through mental crises before, many times. And, during a mental crisis, you don't fully know what you're doing. It's like you're on autopilot in, a really bad way. So, it's not even your fault. And, Tabin and Hero shouldn't have, harassed you so much to this point where you wanted to commit suicide. It's awful. But yeah, you aren't selfish for that, Exilyr. Don't say you're selfish for that. You aren't. You were just going through a really, really hard time.
Even though in some ways they were a blessing in disguise, as they led to welfare being called to my apartment by my family, which again we'll get into later. Regardless, what I did and how I handled certain parts of the situation was not right, and I take full responsibility for what I said. It was wrong. I also apologize.
Did you see Mari's live on this video? No, I haven't. I don't really check their channel that much. Yeah, Exilyr didn't deserve any of this. I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay, too. I've DM'd him throughout the situation, just, saying, I hope you're okay, dude. Because, I feel so bad. Hero and Tabin are so malicious. And I can see why, Exilyr was driven to that point of mental crisis. Because, they're so malicious and harsh and aggressive. It's awful.
Apologize to Tabin in the private confrontation call we had for what I said, and whether or not Tabin accepts that apology is really up to them. Either way, I understand that I was not perfect in this situation, and I don't pretend like I am. I can really only say that while my own behavior was bad, it's nothing in comparison to the degrading harassment I received from this situation. Second off, yes, the people...
This makes me think. I'm glad that, actually, Exilyr is 1 year older than me, but still. I'm glad that, both me and Exilyr can acknowledge our faults, Because, we're both adults. I just became an adult, so I don't really have that much experience, but we can still acknowledge our faults and apologize, And I think that's, something very important and mature to do. And I'm glad they're doing that. But still, unlike a certain green guy coughs. Who's the green guy you're talking about?
People involved in this situation are both 16, and while I do think it's important to not ostracize a teenager for their wrongdoings, as in treat them as some evil individual for it, I do think that you can and should be criticized at any age. And this situation wasn't born out of just teenagers being petty and stupid. Wow.
Oh, you're talking about Hero. Oh yeah, Hero does have green hair. My bad. I kind of forgot. Also tap in. Hey bud. Hey buddy. Hey.
This does, of course, play a part, but rather complete malicious intent and behavior, which you'll see later in this video. Regardless, do not harass anybody involved or criticized in this video. This doesn't help anyone, and I'd be a huge hypocrite if I advocated for harassing a couple of teenagers just because they harassed me. And if you put something stupid in the comments, like how I shouldn't talk about the malicious and degrading behavior that I've faced from these people just because of their age, expect your comment to be deleted, because I've tried 4 times to resolve this in private. Every single time they did not want to resolve this with me, so I don't know what else to tell you. Either way, I'm not staying silent anymore just because these people happen to be a couple years younger than me.
No, for real, like, back when the situation of Hero mocking my friend's dissociative identity disorder, they were very stubborn about it. Like, it took them a month to, like, completely apologize to my friend. Like, I don't know. In my opinion, it shouldn't take you that long to apologize to someone. That's just me, though. But I don't know. Still weird. They were aggressive during that time too, by the way. They're really stubborn, they're really aggressive, they're really malicious. It's just... What did Hero say to them, if that's okay to ask? I can look back at the community posts if they're still up. Let me see if I can pull them up. La 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 la. Let me see. It might take a bit to scroll down to find them. Oh, I didn't even, like... I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back to the, recent community post Hero made about me again. About how, when I was, 15, I had that Not Safe for Work server. And deleted it after a few months because I thought it was weird. I didn't see the second image. I just want to discuss this real quick. In the second screenshot, I said, I love how they say I groomed several of my members when all of my members are in the secret Not Safe for Work server, are all very close to my age. Help. To add context to that, someone was, like, accusing me for grooming in my private Not Safe for Work server at the time, even though I wasn't, and there was, like, no proof of it. So that's just some context behind that. Nothing bad ever happened there, once again. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Sorry, I'm scrolling. Also, I don't know if you saw in Elixir's comment section, but Hero literally admitted to being ableist too. I'll show that after I find the stuff. This post is from like a month ago. Hero made this like art on whiteboard. It was directed at my friend with the dissociative identity disorder. And it was this whiteboard drawing they posted a month ago. And it says, how dare you say I'm not a fictional character? Ugh. And they also said, like, like speech bubbles going like, and their little OC with the fucking green hair, with the fucking Deku hair, says, lol, retards. But yeah, they did say more things, but I'm not in their server anymore, so I can't really get those right now. I'm sure my friend might have some screenshots, though. I will mention that whole situation in my actual video, though, so don't worry. Anyways, I wanted to show that comment that Hero made. I know it's in the replies of one of these comments. Oh yeah, they were being aggressive towards me here as well. Oh, this is where they say they're ableist. Wait, was it deleted? Hold on. I'm gonna go sort by newest, because I know sometimes you can't see certain comments if you don't sort by newest for some reason. It was in Friendly Fire's comment. Friendly Fire, where are you? Oh, there you are. Yeah, 16 replies. I know it's definitely still in here. Here it is. Yeah, Hero says, how am I targeting you? You come after me first, or you come after things about me. Don't act slow. And I said, calling an autistic person slow is kind of wild, not gonna lie. They literally called me slow unprompted, which is pretty ableist. And then this person says, don't call people slow. That's kind of ableist. Weirdo behavior, dude. But then again, that's why a video was made about you and your buddy, so I'm not really surprised you would stoop so low by making fun of people who are slower than your average person. And then Hero says, I don't give a fuck about ableism anymore. Y'all ACC people think everything's ableist nowadays, so I don't feel the need to censor myself with any of you. All of you are crybabies, lol. And I said, wow, okay, so you're ableist now? Because, like, they're practically, like, confessing that they're ableist and that they want to, you know, say ableist shit. Can I ask why you're advocating against ableism and saying the R slur? Do you realize that is a slur and is offensive? So the context behind that is, I never call someone who is autistic the R slur. The only people who I call the R slur are people who are, like, you know, being degenerates and genuinely being assholes. And also, I am autistic, so I can say it. But if you're, like, you know, genuinely calling an autistic person, like, slow or something, like, if you're, like, actually saying it to someone who is autistic or is on the spectrum of any sort, that's ableist. But it's not ableist to say it to someone who's, you know, genuinely being an asshole or, you know, being a degenerate, you know. I don't use it towards, you know, actual autistics, since that would go against my personal views, because I'm autistic as well. And I'm also allowed to say the R slur. Autistic people have a right to use language how they want, even if it's reclaiming a slur, though. Not everyone is gonna like that, I get that, but, you know, yeah, exactly. You don't have to agree with that, but I'm not ableist for saying it, because I'm literally autistic. So you're using a slur against people just because you're autistic. How do you know if someone is on the spectrum or not? It's ableist either way. The thing is, I don't just say it just because I'm autistic, but it's also the fact that I can reclaim it. I only say it towards people who are being assholes. It's like calling someone stupid, but, you know, on a more higher level. Just as long as I'm not using it towards someone who I know is autistic, it's fine. I actually used to hate the word like a few months ago, but my opinions have completely changed on it. I used to be like, oh, you can't say the R slur, no matter if you can reclaim it or not, even if you're autistic. Which, looking back, was really stupid of me. So it's like... Anyways. Hello, Chris the Fallen. I think the real crybaby here is you, Hero. The only reason you did all of this is because people found out how bigoted and cruel you are. And the only reason you wanted those screenshots taken down because people realized that with those screenshots and and if you didn't truly care about any of this, you wouldn't be fighting tooth and nail in the replies of the comments and justifying yourself over and over. You and Tappan don't deserve your platforms, even if they are little. You are just a child throwing a tantrum because your true malice and cruelty has been brought to light. So sit with the consequences and deal with it. You are 16. Grow the fuck up. I agree with them. Please get off the internet and change as a person. Exactly, thank you! Hero needs a break from the internet. Good God. But yeah. Let's go back to the video. I went a little bit off track there, I'm sorry. What I'm saying is that you're not reclaiming it. You're using it as a slur. I don't think it's fine. I don't mean to harp on this, but it feels very hypocritical. Then, how else am I supposed to use it? There's something called autonomy, right? Yeah. Hold on, my PNG tuber is tweaking. He's tweaking. It's like, how else do you use the R slur without it being like, you know, a slur, basically. How else am I supposed to use it? Is what I don't get. Yeah, exactly, cheesecake. That's exactly how it works. Anyways, I'm getting off topic a lot. I'm sorry.
If they did this to someone, even someone older at their school, for example, they wouldn't just get away with it with a slap on the wrist.
I don't know why you're being rude. I'm simply asking questions. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just that, I think you should educate yourself a little bit on the usage of the R slur. But yeah, I agree with Cheesecake here. Me using a slur that targeted my community equals reclamation. You using it to police me equals ableism. Hope that helps. I'm using it as a slur that targeted my community, which is reclamation. So.
As anyone should for this kind of malicious behavior. Now, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this entire situation, we need to go all the way back to when I first met Hero, because it explains part of the conversation me and Hero had in DMs. And while I already cleared up things in DMs with both of them, I do feel like it is important to the situation. And to do this, we're gonna have to go all the way back to July when Yummy made his vague post. One of my well-known YouTube friends, Yummy Cactus, made a vague post about Bug Thief all the way back in early July, where they basically vague about Bug Thief in their videos that they made on Yummy, while mentioning that they possibly draw Shotacon/Shotabait art. You can pause to read if you'd like. Unfortunately, there's no record of the original post Yummy made anymore, except for the repost Bug Thief made on the community tab. I'll also let you see exactly what art Yummy was referring to as Shotabait. I personally don't care about Hero's art or characters myself, but I encourage everyone to form their own opinions on this. Either way,
I don't really think it's Shotabait. Yeah, I don't see the art as Shotabait, personally. Because I'm pretty sure both the characters are, like, adults, but I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. How else am I supposed to use it? Use it a slur? You're not supposed to use slurs. I think you're the one who needs educating, not Swizz. You can use a slur if you can reclaim it, which I can reclaim the R slur. Because I am autistic. So, you can't really police what I want to say. Like, you can't police you can't police a slur that I can reclaim. It's like telling a black person they can't say the N-word when they're literally black. Like, I'm sorry, it's just the same thing as like saying like, oh, you're autistic, you can't say the R slur. It's kind of the same thing as saying like, oh, you can't use the N-word, even though if you're black you can use the N-word if you want. if it's a slur targeted at your community or your demographic, then you can use it. You can reclaim it. Like the N-word, the R slur. I know there's many others, but that's the two I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah. You can't tell me, you can't tell me that I can't reclaim my own slur, basically. But anyways.
When Bugthief responded to the community tab, I, misinformed on the situation and thinking the vague post was about someone else, commented. And while my comment was, again, inherently dishonest, I was not intending to lie. This was around the time, around the beginning of July, that the Chrissy drama was happening, and multiple people, including but not limited to, Chrissy, Hero, Chaotix, Cupidite, and a bunch of other randoms that I really don't think I need to name, were criticized.
God, I heard Chrissy is still doing weird shit. Like, they're being, like, transphobic and stuff. Then, like, they've been doing a bunch of other shit. Yeah, they've been a little weird lately. Goodness. But yeah.
Yummy for his first video about Chrissy and making videos on him. And because I'm human, the fact that this post could be about Hero had genuinely slipped my mind. And as I said before, yes, I did lie about one thing in my comment, but it was only having DMs with Yummy to prove that it wasn't about Bugthief, which again I do admit was deeply dishonest and shouldn't have been done on my part. Though I had good intentions, I should have just left Bugthief alone. After I learned Yummy had been confronted by Hero's at the time friend Chaotix and confessed that the post was—
Oh my god, it was me! I flashed on screen. My beautiful purple aura flashed on screen. Oh my goodness.
Indeed about Bugthief, I immediately stepped down and did not further bother Bugthief about the situation, despite them making another post about me. As I mentioned earlier, I did not reach out or give them attention because I figured they didn't want anything to do with me after my dishonest comment, and I wanted to respect whatever boundary they had. This is mainly the reason why Hero did not have the best impression from me from the start. However, it is important to note that I did acknowledge what I did wrong in Bugthief's DMs, even if I did not apologize publicly for this. Another reason I'm mentioning this is because of Bugthief's motives in the situation regarding Tapin, which we'll get into later in the video. For now, let me move on to explaining how this entire situation started. The core of this situation took place in Junior Draws and Yummy Cactus's public server, a place which I'm an admin in. A day after the intense and sudden assassination of Charlie Kirk, a lot of people were talking about what had happened and how they felt about the situation in a discoursing channel. While I respect and encourage everyone to have their own opinions on these subjects, there are still many things people, including Tapin, were saying in regards to the situation that at the very least did not sit right with me and I felt I should correct. As I was correcting and interjecting randomly in the channel, Tapin's responses started getting seemingly aggressive, which I quickly had no tolerance for and confronted immediately.
You know, I noticed that Tapin is also kind of aggressive too. Like, they share the same vibes with Hero, probably because they're friends and they encourage each other's behaviors. They're, like, so close to each other that it's not a stretch that, you know, they both encourage their behaviors. So I think, you know, Tapin probably got that aggression from, you know, got their aggression from Hero having aggression all the time. So it's like, ugh.
The conversation soon devolved as they implied that Kirk's shooter was in fact trans, and soon later implied that most shooters, or at least most recent shooters, are trans people and or minorities. I'm not entirely sure where to put this, but in the confrontation call that I've already mentioned, Tapin did attempt to clear this take they made up and said that they meant to point out that, quote, the left has some issues regarding political violence that they feel should be corrected or toned down because it can be harmful to the community. And while I do agree with this, the original message was still harmful and, in my opinion, transphobic in its own context, even though I don't believe Tapin themselves to be transphobic, and the actual effect and wording of a message is just as important as the intent of it. Anyways, quick note, I want y'all to notice how these screenshots I'm showing you line up with the time they were banned and then the time they had messaged me, including the Deltarune tag, as I hadn't gotten them—
Whoa, they said the T-slur. Oh my god. I don't even think Tappan is, like, trans, but, like, oof. Good lord. They said, kill yourself and also the T-slur. Oh my god. Goodness gracious. This is what I mean by, you know, Tappan and Hero encourage each other's behaviors. You know? Both of them show aggression for no reason. And it's really concerning at their age. But yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Max. Anyways.
Banned from the Deltarune server until 30 minutes after this incident. The roll color does change as I took these screenshots on the same day this happened, right after I had banned Tappan. I'm mentioning this because Tappan and Hero would later go on to claim that a screenshot I took of one of their DMs towards me during this is fake, which I'll go into more depth about. I asked Tappan for examples of how most shooters are minorities, and they proceeded to send a couple of Twitter threads that speculated on the identities of recent shooters. Eventually, I got fed up, as it was obvious Tappan was only trying to imply that all or a majority of shooters happened to be minorities, or more specifically trans people, which was very upsetting to see and hear as a trans person myself, as a lot of transphobic rhetoric was already being spread due to Kirk's assassination.
You know, it's funny because, like, well, I mean, it's not funny. School shootings aren't funny. But it's so, like, weird to say, like, oh, there's so many trans people that commit, like, mass shootings, when, like, most of the time it's actually, like, non-LGBTQ people. If you look at the statistics, like, only a very small amount are, like, trans. Like, if you just Google it, if you look at the statistics, only a small amount of school shooters are trans. We've only had a few trans school shooters. Most the rest of them are, like, you know, straight. So it's weird that, like, some people will say, like, oh, trans people are responsible for so many mass shootings, when they only make up, like, a small percentage. So it's like, it's just misinformation.
Despite Kirk's shooter not being trans. Because of this, I immediately responded with hostility and banned them, and later began taking screenshots of what happened before they DM'd me. After they DM'd me and I moved their chat up and gotten a screenshot, I posted the screenshot in the Discourse channel with the caption, "Oh, okay," which prompted other people in the chat to say they weren't surprised. Whether or not these people were Tappan's friends is not clear, but it's important to keep in mind that this is only one of the 3 public places I posted this screenshot to. I later replied to what I posted with an update that I got them banned from the Deltarune server due to their transphobia. In the screenshot, it says it's deleted, as on the 13th, I was asked by Tappan to take those screenshots down. After banning them from both Junie's server and from my server, as well as posting what they DM'd me into mine and Junie's server, and after getting them banned from the Deltarune server, I left them alone and did not further contact or bother them after this. After what had happened, I certainly did not want to talk to someone that regarded and talked to minorities in this way. However, after evading their ban and joining my server on an alt account, they got back in contact with me to confront me for, quote, lying and faking a screenshot. Before I address how this went, I need to acknowledge that me saying KYS if you think all trans people are shooters in the Discourse channel was wrong, even if it wasn't explicitly directed at Tappan, though it very much looks that way given the context. I have already apologized to Tappan in private for this, especially because they took it as a message directed at them, which I can definitely see being the case given the context of the situation, though on my end it was more of an angry, impulsive message in the heat of the moment than anything genuine towards anybody in that conversation. Hearing anybody suggest that a minority group is violent or evil in some way can be extremely threatening and alarming, and this was somewhat of a fight response from me. That doesn't at all excuse it though, even if it wasn't directed, and it was—
I also get this as a trans person, like, I understand. I understand this as well. Because I know, me and Elixir are both trans, so I understand how they were concerned with this. I'm concerned with that as well.
It's still very wrong and extremely hurtful of me to say, and I haven't said anything like this to Tappan or in these situations since. I think this is likely what spurred Tappan to also DM me in that manner, and even though how Tappan spoke to me and about trans people was grossly bigoted and inappropriate, I didn't help the situation by being hostile. I got heated, but that doesn't excuse what I said either. Now, to go over how this went down, I no longer have the exact messages of the ticket, as I had banned Tappan's Jessie account, which deleted their side of the conversation, and closed and deleted the ticket. But after a bit of back and forth and me quote-unquote beating around the bush, we'll get into that later, we both agreed that I would delete the screenshot from the places I sent it to, and I edited their ban reason in my server, highlighting that I did not want them harassed and no longer mentioning the DM they sent to me. This is because Tappan told me the screenshot was affecting their personal life, and their friends were asking them if they were really transphobic. And while I knew the screenshot wasn't fake, I didn't want Tappan to be isolated or seriously affected by one simple message, so I agreed to take it down from everywhere I posted it, which was maybe only 2 to 3 public servers, if we count the moderation ticket I made in the Deltarune server. The reason both Hero and Tappan accused me of beating around the bush in the ticket conversation is because I did not outright claim that I lied about the screenshot or that I faked it, nor did I outright claim that it was real. I simply agreed to take it down upon their request and regard it as misinformation if they truly didn't believe they were transphobic. I did this not only because I didn't desire to fight with them about this issue and potentially cause them to escalate things further, which you'll later see happens when I do stand up for myself, but I also did not desire to entertain this narrative at all in the first place. Despite this, I still complied with what they asked of me, which was to take down the screenshot and correct their ban reason, despite me really not owing this to them at all. Before ending...
Yeah, I feel like you shouldn't have done that. You really did not need to do that for them. Not trying to be rude, of course. I'm just saying that me personally, I wouldn't have given them sorry. I wouldn't have given them any kind of sympathy. Me personally, I don't take kindly to people who are malicious, aggressive, etc., etc. Make false claims about you, shit like that. I do not take kindly to people like those. But that's just me. I think I'm just a bit more blunt than Elixir, because I know Elixir can be very forgiving. But if you want my personal views, I think it's a little ridiculous to always forgive someone, no matter what. Because it's ridiculous to always forgive everyone. If you get what I'm saying, I'm not the best at wording. I'm not the best at wording without a script in front of me. I'm sorry. But it's you can't forgive everyone is what I'm saying. There's gotta be times where you just cannot forgive someone. There's been many people who have hurt me that I have not forgiven. And honestly, it does feel good to not forgive certain people for their bad actions. Because some people do not deserve apologies or any sympathy. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna go to work soon because I'm not terminally online and I have a life, if you know what I mean. Don't worry, bro. It's okay. But anyways.
On relatively good terms, we briefly talked about Bug Thief as well in the conversation, and I explained my side of the yummy
Forgiveness is earned. Yeah, exactly, Cheesecake. Respect and forgiveness is earned. That's what I say.
Vague post stuff, which later prompted Bugthief to reach out to me about Tappan's situation in DMs. Now, before I get into Bugthief and I's conversation, I need to circle back to that DM from Tappin that I mentioned, because both Bugthief and Tappin have been dead set on claiming and proving it's staged or faked with various justifications. To clarify, this message was sent to me by Tappin/Ina into my DMs, and after I had taken a screenshot, they quickly deleted their message, which means I do not have the message ID of what they said, nor can I somehow resurface.
If they immediately deleted it after they sent it, they immediately knew what they did was wrong. It's so obvious they knew. If they immediately deleted it afterwards, it's so obvious that they knew what they did was wrong. It's so funny.
That message, as it's already been deleted before I could archive it. I do, however, have substantial proof that this message and screenshot was neither tampered with nor staged. Firstly, the tempering allegation. When you temper with Discord messages, especially one with nitro gradient backgrounds, typically you would have to draw over what you want to change to match this gradient background, then add text and imaging over it. And unless you spend a lot of excessive effort and time to make a new background that looks 100% perfect and identical to the gradient background, it'll often look incredibly messy and obviously edited or tempered with, especially when the contrast of the image is increased. These are 3 screenshots. The first is an unedited real message from me, the second one is one I tempered with, and the last is obviously the center of these allegations. You can already see from first glance that the second screenshot has been drawn on a little, but if you want me to make it more obvious, these are the high contrast versions of these screenshots. While the Ina screenshot does have visible distortion due to the degradation of the image, it is clearly more similar to the real screenshot I took of.
I remember getting these images. I remember people in my server discussing these images, and I could easily tell that the Tappin one was not tampered with just by looking at it. Honestly, it's kind of obvious. I don't know if it's obvious to anyone else, but to me it is.
Of my message compared to the tempered screenshot. If this isn't enough, I also have videos showing this process of what I mean, showing that when you temper a Discord screenshot, especially one with a gradient background, putting the image in any high contrast setting would immediately expose this flaw. Secondly, the making a new account allegation. After realizing the screenshot hasn't been or could not have been tempered with, Bugthief and Tappin have also clung onto the claim that I used a fake account to pose as them and send this message.
Oh my god, my friend told me about that when they first started making that claim. I immediately knew it was bullshit. Like, it's so unrealistic. Hero wants to defend Tappin so bad. It's so embarrassing. Like, it's like at first they were like, oh, you faked that screenshot. And now they're like, oh, you used a, separate account to impersonate Tappin. Like, bro, God. Oh my god, it's so ridiculous. It's so goofy. Like, who is buying that claim, genuinely? Immediately after my friend told me, I just knew it was bullshit. It's so funny. Hey guys, I'm Hero, and I'm not gonna take any responsibility for what I did. Also, Tappin never sent that message. Anyways.
This is clearly not likely and probably not even possible for me to do, because I would have to spend a lot of time making a new email, a new account, signing into this new account, and then editing the details completely to a T to match Ina's profile. Then either sending the message and buying Nitro to have the gradient in the background, or signing into my other account and taking the screenshot. I also would have to join the Deltarune server on this new account just to have the same tag as them. I also would have to join the Deltarune server on this new account just to have the same tag as them, which I doubt would be possible since it's likely the server prevents new accounts from joining. All of this would absolutely take way more than 10 minutes, and this specification is important because they sent this message 10 minutes after they were banned from a server that I'm an admin in for implying and saying transphobic and bigoted messaging. We'll get into this in a moment, but the important thing to note,
it's like, yeah, it's like it's such an unrealistic claim to make just by, all of that, all of what you would need to do to fake it. It's so unrealistic and ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go do my job. Bye, this is fun. I'm glad you had fun, Cheesecake. I hope you make lots of moolah at your job. I hope Exilyr feels better and gets compassion. Me too. I'm also trying to, stay stable myself as well. I don't like how Hero has been treating me, Exilyr, and just random people in general. They need to calm down. They need to take a chill pill. They need to get off the internet. They really do not need to be here. If they're gonna be so malicious and aggressive and not take any accountability. Sigh.
is that this would be a lot of effort for one message, especially one that seems to be sent right after I had banned them. To put in all that effort and to speedrun it in that span of time, getting all their details to a T would literally be superhuman and not possible. Thirdly, because all
exactly what I'm saying. It's so unrealistic. It's such a stupid claim. I'm sorry. Hero, what were you thinking when you made this claim? What was your thought process? Genuinely. How did you think that kind of claim would hold up? It's ridiculous. You clearly did not think that one through.
all of their other arguments basically fall apart, they've gone to claim that I used some kind of inspect command feature to edit one of Tapin's messages and then screenshotting it. This ignores that not only is it painfully obvious that I only use mobile Discord 99% of the time, as proven by literally just my weekly screen time, which, yes, I admit is embarrassing.
Exilyr, don't worry. I have terrible screen time too. Twins! Don't worry. I have the same thing. If it makes you feel any better. But yeah, I have terrible screen time too, if it makes you feel any better.
It wouldn't be logical for me to go through the entire process of setting up my laptop, as I barely use it, including loading up the Discord website, which, depending on how shitty my apartment Wi-Fi wants to be that day, can take forever. In the group chat which the confrontation call took place in, Tapin sent these screenshots to prove that my screenshot doesn't line up where the gradient would be for the message. This ignores that I can literally just move messages up and down, even if it's literally just one message, and I typically do this so that it's right next to the welcome message or the name of the person. But Exilyr, if that's true, why didn't you do that with Tapin's message? Well, considering I was rushing to screenshot it before it got deleted, I wasn't really fully thinking about cropping it that way this time. And since the original is deleted, as I usually delete screenshots after I send them to free up my already suffering storage, there isn't really any further concrete evidence that this was Tapin. Regardless, whether or not you want to believe it's real or fake is up to you, because if I'm being honest, I don't actually care that much about this screenshot or this message, unlike Tapin and Hero, because I know
honestly, I do believe it's real, in my personal opinion, since it's literally, proven to be real, and the screenshot isn't tampered with, so it's real.
so no matter what I say or do. Tappin and Hero will unfortunately continue to paint me as some evil, manipulative liar. All I can tell you is to...
Same with me, dude. Same with me. We're in this together, Elixir. Sigh. But yeah, I don't like that Hero, like, whenever Hero dislikes someone, they're always like, oh, they did this, they did that, they did... Like, shut up. Shut up. Sit your ass down. Go do your homework. Stop beefing with people on the internet and trying to paint them as, like, dangerous people. Stop trying to paint me and Elixir as dangerous people. You're so malicious. Go do your homework. For God's sake.
To look at the evidence yourself and come to your own conclusion. And either way, while this is the core of the situation, I'm not actually that concerned about the screenshot, but rather the reactions and harassment it led up to. Let's move on to the conversation I had with Hero in DMs. As after Tappin reached out, as I told Tappin that if Hero wanted to talk to me, they were free to talk to me in DMs. The conversation showed in these screenshots with Hero is self-explanatory, but some important things to point out. It would show with a high contrast edit of the screenshot. Secondly, despite me clarifying and explaining multiple times that the screenshot isn't fake, I still went out of my way to try and get Tappin unbanned from the Deltarune server, even to the point of throwing myself under the bus and saying that I lied just so Tappin could be unbanned. Thirdly, I was extremely understanding in this conversation, saying that I understand why Hero would understand their friend over me, someone whom they already had issues with. After opening a ticket in the Deltarune server like I had suggested, and attempting to get Tappin unbanned, I figured that all three of us were on better terms at this point, but this would be revealed to not be the case as Tappin confronted me in DMs the next day. As you can see, upon being confronted, I am clearly distressed and exasperated. I know Tappin and Hero may try to use this against me to make me look guilty, but let me give you an honest perspective. Imagine you ban someone from multiple servers for clearly implying hateful messaging in their arguments, as well as DMing you a hurtful message that they then delete, and imagine after only getting them banned and maybe talking with maximum 3 to 4 people about what they had said and done, they confront you and accuse you of being a liar, and continually try to coerce you into admitting that you lied.
That's exactly what they do. They will antagonize you for anything. Like, if you call them out, they'll antagonize you and make you out to be the bad person. It's ridiculous. Also, my PNG tuber. Grr. Okay. I don't know why my PNG tuber is sometimes. Sigh. But yeah. If you, like, call them out or just, like, say, like, hey, you're being a little weird. Can you maybe stop this? They'll be like, oh, you're evil. You're a dangerous person. You're so evil. And I hate you. Kill yourself. Grr. Like, God. It's like, bro, sit down. Sit down, Hero. Go color in your coloring book or something. I don't give a shit what you do, as long as you're not on the internet. Do anything else but be on the internet, for God's sake. For the heavens above, for Jesus Christ himself, even though I'm not Christian, please get off the internet.
That you were actually the one in the wrong, repeatedly using insults and extremely degrading and condescending messages to try and pressure you to submit to their demands. And no matter how hard you try to comply to their demands of you while trying to at least keep some dignity, despite you realistically not owing them any compliance, it's never enough, and they use every single action you take, even the attempts of you trying to quell the situation, against you.
Exactly. They also do that too. I really do not like Hero.
is why I reached my breaking point so quickly. It wasn't because I was scared of being held accountable.
I'm going to upload a video about jerking a bit. Yo! Okay. Okay. I'm going to continue watching this, and I'll check if you uploaded it. And we can watch that on stream. My PNG tuber, why do you do this? I need to figure out a way to, like, get my PNG tuber to stop tweeting.
Though it is important to note that I was upset and worried about them bringing this to the public, because I am not at all fond of being unconsensually involved in drama. It was that I reached my breaking point after hours of arguing with these people, and trying to comply with their expectations of me and getting absolutely nowhere, because everything I did and said was a new problem for them to degrade me for. This is not an example of holding someone accountable. This is harassment. Creating an alt to evade their ban just so they can try to coerce me into saying that I lied about, quite literally, one single screenshot of them saying something undesirable, threatening multiple times to turn this into a public and bigger issue if I do not comply, getting their friends to message me so that they can also degrade me for the crime of lying and being immature, immediately having their friend/defender, and possibly other friends or defenders, join my server and try to verify literally right after I left the conversation with Tappan and explicitly showed I was in extreme crisis, and then spinning the narrative that I am some manipulative and insane monster because a couple of teenagers decided to be funny to push an extremely mentally unstable trans person past their breaking point is nothing short of harassment.
Exactly what they fucking did to me. Even though I wasn't, suicidal, they still, labeled me as a dangerous person just for making a mistake and being immature. They will absolutely use any chance they get. Like, if you mess up one single thing, they will harass you and attack you for it. It's awful. It's like they won't communicate to you about it. They'll just punch you into the ground. That's what it feels like. Whenever you make a simple mistake and they see it, they punch you to the ground. And they just it just sucks, man. These people just suck.
While I can't prove that Tappan knew that I have been particularly mentally unwell around this time, they had been in my server since late July, and the entirety of my August this year was spent being extremely unstable, very suicidal to be specific, and I was not completely quiet about that in my server. In fact, I very explicitly said that I had overdosed around the end of August in my server, to the point where my
Weren't you in support of Hero? Was there a reason you guys were friends, or was it just because he defended you? The first time I stumbled upon their content when I saw their Yummy video, and I commented on it. I left a positive comment. And Hero saw that, and they were like, oh, this was at a time where they weren't getting many comments, and they were like, oh wow, one of my first positive comments. And they joined my server, and we became friends from there. But I cut them off in August because they made fun of and mocked my friend's dissociative identity disorder. I'm very glad I cut them off before this shit started happening. Very wise move from me. I dodged a bullet with that one. It's just like Hero's just been on this downward spiral of just aggression and malice. It's really not healthy, and it's concerning, and it's harming everyone around them. It's just awful. But anyways.
YouTuber friends who I was not really on that level of closeness with were pinging me asking if I was alright. Even if Tappan somehow did not see these messages from me, it's been very loud and clear that I have not been stable. Them choosing to provoke me, even within their first ticket, knowing I could have very well done something like that again, is absolutely horrendous. All over, mind you, being banned from 3 Discord servers. Again, I can't prove that Tappan had seen those messages from me, or if it was really clear to them that I had been unstable, so obviously take this with a grain of salt, but the way they repeatedly degraded me and provoked me is still seriously inappropriate, if not downright dangerous. Even if I gave Tappan and Hero the complete upper hand in this situation, in the hypothetical situation that I really did lie about everything just to frame some random teenager telling me to kill myself and calling me a slur, the way they have reacted to this situation in private and now in public is at the very least completely disproportionate to what I'm actually being accused of. I wouldn't blame Hero or Tappan for being mad at someone who lied on their name, especially if it was made public, but the problem with even just that small justification is that I never blasted Tappan on my channel or made any kind of big public statement on them.
Surely you saw how they acted beforehand. They've always been aggressive and mean. Well, at the time I didn't really realize how aggressive and mean they were. 'Cause it wasn't to the extent it is now. They weren't as aggressive as they are currently. Just in my personal experience. But I did wish that I was never friends with them, honestly. 'Cause they're just aggressive, malicious.
The most I did was get them banned from 3 Discord servers and show, at most, 4 people in those servers the 1 DM they sent to me. That is quite literally it. They can claim that this is affecting their personal life, but I never went to their friends and showed them the screenshot, nor have I ever said anything that suggests I think they should be isolated or harassed for what they said. If anything, every action I have taken has said the opposite, as I've taken every step possible to make sure people do not go harass or bother Tappan for this, even being willing to lie and throw myself under the bus so that they can be unbanned. All of this is so disproportionate and petty that even the officers I showed this situation to laughed when I said that this is what I've been relentlessly harassed and bothered over. All of this behavior is so disproportionate and unnecessary that even when I tried to get Tappan unbanned from the Deltarune server, the mods straight up have refused to unban them even after I claimed that I lied about everything.
Honestly, I'm glad they didn't unban Tappan. I think the ban was very much necessary. So I'm glad they refused to unban Tappan.
Speaking of inappropriate and insensitive reactions, after the last conversation with Tappan in DMs, I ended up going into crisis, posting to my community posts and to my server that I was killing myself, as well as admitting, quote-unquote, that the screenshot was fake. It wasn't a genuine admission, as in it wasn't genuinely me saying it was fake. Rather, it was me saying whatever I could to get Tappan and their friends off of my back. When I said I hope they got what they wanted, I was not specifically talking about Tappan and Hero. It was more so a phrase for everyone in my life that I was having problems with or felt hated by. Even if it was about them, I clearly did not name them and they chose to reveal themselves in the comments of this post. While I very much acknowledge that this was wrong, irresponsible, and stupid for me to post to my audience and to my community, this is not a case of suicide baiting, but rather an obviously extremely mentally ill person being pushed and degraded past their limits, to the point of entering a crisis. When you are in crisis, the centers of your brain that manage logic and reason are not immediately accessible, especially if you have other neurological or mental disorders. And while I am still fully 100% responsible for my actions, it was clearly not done out of malicious intent or intent to manipulate anybody in this situation. If that were the case, I would have explicitly been blaming Hero and Tappan in my posts and messages, but I did not do so. I did not even mention them by name. Despite the obvious fact that these otherwise poor and irresponsible decisions were not done out of bad faith, Bugthief specifically, and also including Tappan, have spent this entire situation, including the very beginning of when I posted my suicidal intent, trying to paint me as a manipulative, insane individual that cannot take accountability for what they're being criticized over.
Hero cannot take accountability for the life of them. Jesus Christ.
Despite the multiple instances in DMs and with Tapin where I acknowledged my mistakes and clarified what was asked of me. As soon as I posted to my community tab, instead of asking if I was alright,
I made my own video on the situation. Okay, I'll look at that when I'm done with this video. I can't wait to see your video, actually. I'm really interested on what you'll say.
Since they had access to my DMs during this time, or just stepping away and leaving me alone, they immediately went to the comments to talk about the situation and mentioned they were also making a video on me. They also immediately posted to their own community tab, calling me an insane manipulator. During the 4 to 5 hours that I had been offline after I had posted, I was not only planning how I would attempt that day, but I was also writing goodbye notes to my friends and family. I'm aware of how dramatic that seems for the situation now that I'm in a better and more stable headspace, but I want to remind everyone that when you're in a crisis, you cannot think clearly or logically. Because I don't want anybody who is suicidal trying this. I can't say what my plan exactly was, but it was 100% related to the post I had been making in that moment. Around 4 hours later, in the middle of getting dressed to go
You know, I just want to say something. It's so sad how it's so sad how cyberbullying and harassment can push someone to this level. Even as an adult, it's awful. It's fucked up. It's so fucked up what Hero and Tapin are doing. Like the fact that Exilyr almost committed suicide is terrifying. Like, just imagining that in my head, it's horrifying. Over just some stupid, malicious kids on the internet that don't know how to take accountability and will attack you for anything. It's awful. It's fucked up. Genuinely.
Attempt, I heard a loud knock at my door. A welfare check person as well as a police officer had shown up at my door and asked to come inside regarding me posting that I would be taking my life that day. I said yes, but asked if I could quickly use the bathroom and get a shirt on as I only had a sports bra and shorts on. They agreed and waited outside, and this is when I grabbed my phone and came back online. Because I knew people would see me back online on Discord, and a lot of other people had been pinging me and DMing me constantly, it was clear people were extremely worried for my safety and I did not want to just ignore them. I immediately let everyone know that I was okay as soon as I was back on. After this, I obviously had to let the welfare and police officer inside, and we had around an hour conversation of what had happened, including what led up to this entire incident, the harassment I've been facing, etc. I also gave consent for them to look through my phone, including my DMs and YouTube. We'll get back to what the officers said about the harassment I was facing online in my near attempt, but to claim that I was suicide baiting because I came back in 4 hours is fucking insane. Would you rather me have fucking died, or
No, for real, like, what the fuck? Like, you actually attempted suicide? Oh, you're totally suicide baiting. Like, what the fuck, Hero? What the fuck? Why would you say that? I don't care how old you are. You should know saying that is fucked up. You should know better. Grow the fuck up, Hero. That is so fucked up to say. Like what? Would you rather have Exilyr actually committed suicide? Like, Jesus Christ, man. The fuck is wrong with you? The fuck is wrong with you, Hero? I don't want to be too harsh because I know you're a minor and all, but seriously. Grow the fuck up, Hero. That is so fucked up on your end. Good God.
Stayed silent and kept everyone worried about my safety? I'm aware I shouldn't have been worrying anyone in the first place, but the fact you used my very obvious mental crisis as an opportunity to make me look worse is genuinely disgusting and cruel. I could have absolutely taken my life that day, or at the very least put myself in significant danger again, and I'm very lucky to have been stopped before I could do anything. And if you still don't believe that I could have genuinely been suicidal and a danger to myself that day, let me remind you of the message from my boss that I got from my previous attempt, telling me that I lost hours at my job. My suicidal behavior is not only costing me work hours, but has also caused genuine issues in my actual relationships, especially my relationship with my boyfriend.
That's so fucking sad too. It's like, I'm so sorry, Elixir. This is so fucked up what they're doing to you. It's awful. It's revolting, even.
Why in the world would I lie about being suicidal just to make my audience feel bad for me, knowing damn well I could receive even more harsh, real-life consequences for doing so? Knowing damn well I have already lost hours at my work, meaning I am losing the money that I literally need to live, and knowing damn well that at any moment my boyfriend could get fed up with me and my suicidal tendencies and decide to leave me. Anyone making this claim that I suicide baited my audience, Bugthief especially, either knows absolutely nothing about how crisis and mental health works, or is purposefully using the situation to paint me and dogpile me to look as malicious as possible. Bugthief, you are absolutely disgusting for even suggesting that I suicide baited you, when you should know damn well that I could have easily taken my life that day if welfare didn't arrive to my apartment. Dropping this here because meanwhile they're trying to paint me as this evil, manipulative...
Oh, this was what Tappan left on my comment. This was what Tappan left on my one of my community posts about Hero. Yeah, Tappan says, "Hey Chaos, sorry, but can you please wait for our side and proof to come out before saying you're spreading the truth? We aren't leaking anything at the very moment for Elixir's well-being," which is obviously a fucking lie. We want to wait a bit so it doesn't come to what came yesterday again. I promise you jumping to conclusions won't do anything, and if you still think we're lying after we show what we have, you're more than welcome to hate us. And if you want to talk, you can text me. I will answer you as soon as I can. I never texted them, by the way. They sent me a friend request. Sorry, I can't speak. They sent me a friend request a while ago, and I didn't accept it, because genuinely I do not want to talk to these guys. Unless if Hero can give me an apology for the video that they made on me, then be my guest, but it's a very slim chance that I'll forgive you, Hero. Also, my PNZ tuber is tweaking out again. But yeah, just letting you know, Hero, if you want to, DM me, apologize for the video you made on me, be my guest. You can if you want to. But still, there's a very slight chance that I might forgive you. So, yeah.
Suicide baiter, they're also simultaneously pretending to care about my mental well-being. Very disingenuous and performative given the way they actually talk about me, especially the ways they've talked to me. Now, with all of this context considered, I think it's time for us to discuss what I think were Bugthief and Tappan's true motives along this entire situation. If you paid attention to the screenshots I showed of the discussions with Tappan and Bugthief, you probably noticed a pattern. Every time, at some point, they bring up or hint at the possibility of bringing this situation to the public. Even in Tappan's first confrontation of me, they loosely warned that if I don't respond, this will bite me back later on. This has led me to believe that they weren't actually trying to resolve anything this entire time, but rather looking to purposefully blow it up into public drama.
They always try to do that, honestly. They always try to make, situations like these public for no reason, when it really shouldn't be. Have you guys ever heard of, private conversations? keeping things private. Not everything needs to be public. I'm sorry.
It does make sense since they pretty much rejected every offer and effort I've made to resolve this situation in any way, and even when I did agree to say that I lied, Tappan still went on to continue degrading me and sending condescending messages. And while I, again, can't prove that either of these people knew of my mental state at the time, it's very, very apparent to me that this was at the very least a loosely planned effort to either coerce me into confessing to lying so that they could later ostracize me publicly, or break me down enough to lashing out so that they could turn this into a public issue. And honestly, I think that's what pisses me off the most with how Tappan especially has been talking about me in the public eye. Tappan and Bug Thief put on this front of caring about my mental health, even saying they were delaying their video on me because of my mental state. Meanwhile, simultaneously painting me as some manipulative, insane mastermind that wants to tear down some random fucking 16-year-old. Meanwhile, knowing they have spent days harassing me, degrading me, coercing me, threatening me, and making sure to make the situation public as soon as I go into crisis. You guys claiming to care about my mental health is nothing but a cover-up, because you know damn well it looks absolutely fucking deplorable that you used the hours that I was in crisis and planning to end my life as an opportunity for your shitty hit piece campaign. With how you both have shown your true colors throughout this, I don't believe for a second that the whole Tappan is a true trans ally and they'd never tell someone to off themselves is even grounded in reality. Because if that were the case, they wouldn't have evaded the ban in my own server, accusing me of faking a screenshot, meanwhile simultaneously trying to justify why they were trying to imply that, quote, most shooters are trans people and minorities. I don't believe it for a
The blatant misinformation is crazy. Just like we discussed earlier, there's a very small percentage of trans school shooters. But, yeah, we already discussed that. Tappan's just spreading misinformation for no reason. Probably just to fit their views or whatever, I don't know.
Second, because if Tappan is really against us like you both love to claim, why is it only a half an hour before they DM'd me? They were literally justifying saying KYS to someone because it's not a death threat, it's a suggestion.
Oh my god, this is actually fucking crazy. KYS is not a death threat, it's a suggestion. What do you mean? What do you mean? What? What do you mean by this? What the hell? What the hell, dude?
In Hero's literal public Discord server. And before anyone says I'm twisting this out of context, this was replying to screenshots of someone accusing Chaotix of telling someone to off themselves.
I generally don't know where that claim came from. Like, when did I ever tell anyone to kill themselves besides the Snark situation from like a month ago? I mean, me telling Snark and Raptor Tristan to kill themselves was pretty justified. But like, and what else did I tell someone to kill themselves? I have not received, like, any context or, you know, I have not received, like, any context or screenshots of that. So I don't know what they're talking about. Oh my god, hi Furby Flash. I haven't seen you in a while. I didn't expect you to be in my stream chat. That is literally just a death threat. What the fuck? Exactly. I don't know what they mean by, oh, it's just a suggestion. It's literally a death threat, dude. But yeah, hi, Furby.
Also, because I'm a petty bitch, here's a video proof that this message exists and is from Tappan. I think maybe the funniest part of this situation.
Also, what the fuck was Tappan's profile picture? Hold on. Hold the phone. I want to see that.
In Hero's literal public Discord server. And before anyone says I'm twisting this out of context, this was replying to screenshots of someone accusing Chaotix of telling someone to off themselves. Also, because I'm a petty bitch, here's a video proof that this message exists and is from Tab.
That looks scary. Hold on, I'm gonna go full screen real quick, so you can see it. That looks scary. What the hell? What is that? I'm scared, bro. What even is that? I've been here for a while, actually, just listening to this while drawing, lol. That's so based. I do the same thing. But yeah, what is this profile picture, dude? Ew. Ew. You're weird.
I think maybe the funniest part of this situation is that BugThief will accuse anyone that even slightly defends me of being biased, even though Hero's bias is literally why they got themselves involved in the first place. Like, my friends are biased? Hero, you literally admitted that the reason you don't believe the screenshot is real is because you and Tappan are good friends and you personally don't think they would say that. Even though I can't blame you or anyone else for being biased about your friend, you're the last person to be criticizing anyone for being biased. Now, this is normally where I'd end this video, but unfortunately, I gathered more information on these people that ranges from petty lies on their part down to just more straight-up malicious behavior. Some of this will include snippets from the confrontation call that I had with Tappan, Hero's girlfriend, who I'll just call Sharky, and Friendly Fire, who joined as a mediator, as well as my other friends, Yummy, Junie, and Bree. To start with one of the worst things, there were multiple members in their server that joined their own separate server call, consisting of Tappan, Hero, and some other members, and heard them quite literally mock and joke about my suicidal ideation and attempt. And before you say, well, this isn't believable unless you have proof for this, I confronted them about this in the call we had, and they did not deny this happening. Not only did Tappan respond with, you need to separate mine and Hero's actions, as if this even matters considering Tappan was literally part of the joke.
You need to separate me and Hero's actions? You guys literally do the same thing. You guys gang up on people at the same time. You guys, like, gang up on one person, and you attack and harass them. So, you guys aren't too far off from each other.
Saying they were going to kill themselves and laughing along, but another member of that server and someone that happened to call a lot with Hero also admitted in that call that they and Hero would make jokes about my ideation and attempt.
That's so fucked. Oh wait, they're gonna play the audio.
You guys might think I don't know the things you have said about me, but I do know. I do know that in call with two other members who have reached out to me, that you guys made fun of my suicidal ideation. And specifically what was said was, I think someone said, I'm gonna kill myself or something, and then Hero said, oh no, don't be like Elixir. And then Hero started mocking my suicidal ideation by quoting my post, being like, oh, there's so many buildings, I'm gonna kill myself, there's so many buildings in my city, and laughing about it. How does that excuse any of that was said?
I don't think first of all, can I go for a second?
Yes.
You need to separate me and Hero, okay? First of all, because I never made fun of your suicide.
Is this Tappan speaking? I think it is. I don't know, I've never heard their voice before.
Stuff.
You were in the same call, and the comment was directly from you saying, I'm going to kill myself.
I think I was in that same exact call. From what I remember, Tappan was muted at the time. And honestly, I'm going to be completely honest, I believe it was both me and Hero who joked about it, honestly.
I don't think you were in the call. It was with different people. It was on a different day.
Different day, okay.
Here's another snippet from a different call that was recorded by a member in their server, which is Hero, again, mocking my attempt.
Yeah, because stuff didn't even start getting crazy until Elixir decided to be like, I'm gonna kill myself, guys.
I have no...
God, why did they say that? I'm so tired of Hero, man. God. I don't like how they mocked Elixir like that. That's so fucked up.
No words for this other than this is completely and utterly disgusting. And if this doesn't show these people are entirely malicious towards me, I don't know what will. This sadly isn't the only time I've been.
Also, I'm sorry for saying malicious so many times in this stream, but they really are malicious. And I will continue to call them malicious because they are. They are malicious. That's all they are. That's all they are. Hero and Tappin. They're just malicious.
Been mocked for being upfront about how they've been treating me. When I was very obviously distraught with Tappin and DMs before all of this escalated, they proceeded to mock me. And in the confrontation call, they proceeded to mock me in the exact same way when I pointed out their behavior towards me. No, you guys were entirely malicious through the start of this situation. From the very start of this, you were malicious. And I have more than enough proof of this. So if you want to make this public,
I was malicious. I wanted to give you the whole fucking thing.
Mind you, this was said only mere seconds after they directly mocked my ideation in an attempt once more, and it's very obvious from the other examples that they have been more than just unkind to me. They've been straight up cruel and malicious. It also speaks for itself how Hero remarks that they don't owe me kindness, quote unquote.
Why is Elixir saying that we haven't been kind to them in private? You're lying about us. We don't owe you any kindness. You're lying first.
Remember when I talked about Hero's bias? Well, both Hero and Tappin cut off their now ex-friend, Friendly Fire, all because near the time the confrontation call was happening, Friendly Fire ended up having a more positive opinion of me.
That's so fucking goofy. Yeah, obviously they're you side with the person who's you hold on, let me rephrase this. You side with the person who we've been harassing and attacking this whole time? We don't like you. We don't want to be your friend anymore. Blocked. Oh my god, you support Elixir even though we accuse them of suicide baiting? Blocked. I'm gonna cut you off. No more being friends. Yeah, Friendly Fire. Blocked. You support Elixir? Blocked.
And realized that, allegedly, Hero and Tappin had repeatedly changed their story about me to them. Also, allegedly, Hero and Tappin have been lying about Friendly Fire in response to all of this, which is not surprising at all to me. They also cut him off because, in a very loose quote, he only switched up about this situation to get on the good side with popular YouTubers. I think this definitely shows some pettiness and bias on their end. Now, despite Hero and Tappin's narrative in this situation being that Tappin would never say something like this, and that they could never tell someone to kill themselves, and that they would never call someone a slur, Tappin actually straight up admitted after the confrontation ended and I had left the call that they would absolutely say something like this. Just not to me. Multiple members of the call have not only confirmed this, but I asked them myself if they said this, and they admitted that they did.
That's crazy. That just proves they're, they absolutely did that, Along with the proof of the screenshot not being tampered with. They also say oh yeah, I did say this. That just solidifies that you did actually do that.
I guess clarifying that they wouldn't use the T-slur, which, let's be honest here, doesn't fucking matter, because even if Tappin used a slur they could reclaim, it would still be derogatory in that context, and would still be just as bad. And I doubt the narrative that they would lose their friends over a message like this would change either. If you still don't think this is enough evidence, I have already mentioned this, but Tappin has also admitted in Hero's server in calls that they don't think kill yourself is a death threat, but rather a suggestion. I think all of this speaks for itself. Alright, I think I went over pretty much everything in the situation that I needed to go over, but I have one last thing to say, or rather request. A compromise. My final and only compromise. Hero, Tapin, I imagine both of you are watching this, and if you are, I want you to know that while your behavior towards me in this situation has been absolutely abhorrent, I don't think you're evil. And I'm willing to forgive you guys on one condition. If you guys admit that you've been absolutely malicious throughout this entire thing and issue me a sincere private or public apology, then I will take this video down and we can move on. I will not accept anything but an apology and an admittance of fault. I won't be tolerating you guys harassing me more after this, or coming to my DMs to continue arguing with me about the screenshot or the semantics of the situation. I'm not going to continue letting myself be a pushover. You guys can either apologize and we can all move on from this, or you can continue to bother me and this video will be kept up indefinitely. Either way, it's your choice, and I hope you'll be choosing the right one. With all of that said, now's the time we need to talk about what I'm going to do with this channel moving.
That's pretty much the end of the video, really. Yeah, Elixir, I hope they apologize to you. I'm not sure if they will, because you know, they're so far up their own ass that they don't take accountability. But I do hope that they, you know, see what they did was absolutely fucked up and apologize. And I hope I get an apology too, because what they also did to me was so unnecessary. So, yeah, ugh, God. Friendly Fire, you said you made your own video on the situation. Let's take a look at that. Real Friendly Fire. Time to watch your video. Also, by the way, I used to watch this guy. Just a little off-topic thing. Alright. Oh, we got some Fortnite gameplay in the video.
Hey, so before the video begins, I accidentally called Chaotic a she. They go by he/they/it. So please use the right pronouns. I was just a dumb.
Yeah, I go by he, they, by the way. Just to let you know. Hold on. I lost my chat when I was switching tabs on my phone. Hold on. My bad. Technical difficulties, am I right? Okay, we're back. But yeah, for future reference, I go by he, they.
Dumbass. Don't talk about Hero. Don't talk about Hero. Don't talk about Hero.
Don't talk about Hero. Don't talk about Hero. Don't talk about Hero. Ta-ding! Uh-oh. Beware of chaotics. Oh no.
I wasn't planning on getting a...
Fuck.
Involved in a hero drama again. What was said, and I didn't have anything else to add to the topic. But recently I seen Hero get into another drama, and I feel like I need to talk about this one last time. I do want to say, if Hero responds, I'm not going to respond back at all. I don't want any kind of interaction with Hero, and this...
Me neither, buddy. I completely get you. I don't want any interaction with Tapin or Hero. Unless if Hero DMs me for an apology, then I will accept that. But in general, I don't want to interact with them either.
This is the only time I'll ever talk about them again. But also, please do not harass Hero. They really don't deserve it. Any sort of harassment is not okay, in my opinion. And it just makes yourself look like an idiot. But for those who don't know, Hero is a small commentary channel known for their drama with ElixirWeb, and for being extremely controversial. And at one point, Hero and I were friends, but after finding out the full story with Elixir, I cut ties with Hero and her friend after that. And originally I thought after all the drama, I could move on from the situation. But now Hero's gotten into another drama with another small commentary channel by the name of Chaotic. In the video, Hero framed Chaotic as a
Hello, it's me.
But left out the fact that Chaotic was only 3 days into being 18 and that the people she was talking to was 16 to 17.
Okay, I will subscribe. Hit that fucking subscribe button, baby. I actually do enjoy your content, dude. I hope you take off someday. Make it big, you know? Anyways, I wasn't really paying attention to this part. Hold on.
In the video, Hero framed Chaotic as a but left out the fact that Chaotic was only 3 days into being 18 and that the people she was talking to was 16 to 17. And no content was shown. It was just mainly Chaotic talking about their NSFW server. And Hero left out that Chaotic had even apologized for it. This isn't the first time Hero has lied or removed context to make situations look worse. Hero did this exact same thing with another YouTuber by the name of Yummy, comparing him to Diddy, just because Yummy accused her art of being shot at art.
No, that's fucking crazy. accusing Yummy of being Diddy is actually fucking crazy. I actually completely forgot about this post. Hold on. Fucking PNG tuber. Tweaking. Okay. But yeah, that's actually crazy. God.
And of course, Hero left out the fact that Yummy and them are the same age, and didn't even show the art in question. It's clear that she was trying to make Yummy look like a She has also lied about me, claiming I didn't pay for her commission, and when I proved it was a paid commission, she claimed I didn't even came up with a fair pricing when it was her commissions, even though she agreed to the price. It's clear Hero has very bad intentions with her videos. They come off as hit pieces, and if you don't agree with her opinion, she can easily turn on you and make a hit piece on you too.
No, exactly. She definitely made that video about me out of malice. It's so obvious.
In short, do not support her. She lies a lot in her videos, and if you want to know more about what she's done, go check out Elixir's video. I'll link that in the description. Anyways, actual videos coming soon. I just need to get this off my chest. Hero, if you're watching this, fuck you.
On God, bro. On God. Fuck Hero, man. But yeah, pretty good video, my guy. I appreciate you taking your time out of the day to defend me. Hero actually uses she, they, from what I know. But yeah, I really appreciate it, dude. But yeah, it's like 1 in the morning for me right now. This is bro blow up video. I'll comment. Also, yes, I like my own comments. We don't talk about it. It's a habit. It's been a habit for a while. But yeah, it was a pretty good video. I'm definitely gonna start making my video tomorrow. So, yeah. But, yeah. That's the whole situation, really. It's 1 in the morning for me, so I gotta get my beauty sleep and not worry about someone like Hero and Tappin. I'm gonna go to sleep and dream about what am I gonna dream about? I'm gonna dream about having a bird sanctuary and taking care of a ton of cute little baby birds. Yeah. Or maybe I could dream about hitting 1K subscribers again. That would be so peak. For real, for real. But anyways, yeah, that was the whole thing. Really, all I wanted to talk about, really. But yeah, thank you to everyone who stuck around and, defended me and stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Again, I'm not a dangerous person like Hero claims I am. They're just over-exaggerating and being over-dramatic about things. So, yeah. I'll see y'all in my next upload, which will probably be either an animation meme or my video discussing Hero. So, stay tuned. Stay tuned. But yeah, see ya. I'm gonna go to sleep now and dream about birds. Silly birds. But yeah. Good night, y'all. Or good morning. I don't know. Bye-bye.